Hello everyone and welcome back to the English language channel. Now today we're going to be looking at definite versus indefinite articles, what they are, why they're interesting and how you can write about them. Now when I say articles, this refers to a specific section of English grammar, not to be confused with the genre of articles. If this is what you're looking for, then the video on the screen now will be of more use to you. So the difference between definite and indefinite articles is quite simple, and I have two examples on the screen for you. What is the difference between saying the house or the holiday of a lifetime versus saying a house or a holiday of a lifetime? The answer is the article being used. The definite article the is speaking about something where the identity is known, and the indefinite article a or an is where the identity is unknown. So to give another example, a student asked me a question today versus the boys in 9A asked me the question today. In the first one, I maybe don't know the name of the student. In the second one, I can identify them by their year group. Now, there are a number of grammatical rules about why and when you should use different articles, but that's not what I want to speak about today, as I want to think more about the impact they can have in certain elements of writing and speaking. So let's go back to my original example and think more about the impact different articles can have on the meaning of a sentence, rather than the grammar behind them. If I heard someone say, or I saw the sentence, it's not a house, it's the house, written down, I would maybe assume that they are house hunting and have just come across their dream home. Why do I assume this? Because the definite article the gives the impression of importance. It makes it seem that the speaker or writer is focusing in on this house over others and likely feels that this is the one that they must live in. Now let's look at a slightly longer example, and here I've taken some words said by Robert Swan, who is an explorer and an environmentalist, talking about Antarctica and the environment. And he says, "To me, the environment isn't a cause, it's everything. If we don't renew the treaty, if we allow mining and drilling to rip the guts out of this starkly beautiful continent, it won't just mean the failure of my efforts, it will mean our failure as a people, as a species, to protect the planet that gives us home. The greatest danger to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it." Now, I've highlighted here all the definite and indefinite articles used, but many are just being used because grammatically they need to be there. So as always, it's up to you as intelligent students to figure out which ones are the ones being used for effect and therefore are interesting to talk about. Now, for me, the first use of the indefinite article is interesting. The environment isn't a cause, it's everything, because A is being used to maybe show how some people think about the environment. Yes, they know it's important, but they see it as a cause in the same way finding cures to illnesses is a cause. Whereas Swan is saying here, no, it's everything. And so his statement, the environment isn't a cause, is then juxtaposed by the second clause of it's everything. Then we have a few definite articles here that I would argue are just grammatical and not as interesting to discuss. Now, the next use of a as a people is interesting because grammatically you wouldn't normally use an article here at all. So he's done this on purpose for effect, and again, it's up to you as students of English language to figure out what you think that effect is. Now, the final article use I would draw your attention to is the use of the definite article the. The greatest danger to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it, as I think this has been used to really highlight the importance and urgency of the topic and perhaps create a feeling of panic that we need to be doing more than we currently are. So, as always, let's just finish by writing a quick answer using the example we've just gone through. So here's what I've written. Swan uses both definite and indefinite articles in this section of his speech in order to highlight the importance of the cause he is discussing. He states that the environment isn't a cause, it's everything. The use of the indefinite article a might suggest how some see issues surrounding the environment and that they are perhaps, in Swan's view, not taking it seriously enough, which is then highlighted by the second phrase in this sentence, it's everything. Towards the end of this speech, Swan discusses the greatest danger to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. The use of the definite articles here again create a sense of urgency about what needs to be done, and the idea that environmental issues should be the main topic people and society are concerned about. As always, thank you for watching my channel. I hope it's been useful, and if you want more content like this, then hit the subscribe button here.
Created using Powtoon.